Yo, what's up, everybody? So real quick, there's a brand new open source AI model that just dropped, and it's not just close to the big labs anymore. It's actually beating GPT 5.5 on real coding benchmarks, and it's nearly caught up to Anthropic's best model. We're talking about GLM 5.2 from a lab called Z.ai. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what it is, show you the numbers, and then we're actually going to put it to work for free. So let's get into it. Okay, so first off, who's Z.ai? They're a Chinese AI lab that's been quietly dropping really solid open models under the GLM name for a while now. And GLM 5.2 just landed this past week. The headline feature is a full 1 million token context window. If you're new here, think of context window as the model's short-term memory, how much text, code, or conversation it can hold on to at once. 1 million tokens is roughly 700,000 words. That's like the model reading several novels back to back and still remembering page 1 by the time it hits the end. And here's the part that matters most to me. It's released under an open MIT license. Fully open weights. Anybody, anywhere can download it, run it on their own hardware, fine-tune it, build a product on it. No strings attached. Quick bit of context for the timing here. This dropped right around the same time the US government restricted non-US access to Anthropic's Claude Fable 5 model. So, a fully open model landing this strong, this fast, is a pretty big deal either way. Under the hood, it's a mixture of experts model. That just means instead of using its entire brain for every single question, it only activates the specific part that's relevant to your task. Total size is 753 billion parameters, but only about 40 billion are active at once, which is what keeps it efficient. There's also a key architectural trick called index share. It reuses the same attention index across every 4 sparse layers, which cuts per token compute by nearly 3 times at full million token context. That's the engineering reason the 1 million window is actually usable and not just a marketing number. Heads up though, you are not running this on your gaming PC. This is a server-grade model. Most of us are going to use it through their free chat site or their API, which is exactly what I'm about to show you. Let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets kind of wild for an open model. On Terminal Bench 2.1, which tests how well a model can actually use a real command line to get stuff done, GLM 5.2 scores an 81, making it the first open-weight model ever to cross that 80% mark. For reference, Claude Opus 4.8 scores an 85 here, so it's close, but not quite level on that one. On SWE-Bench Pro, which simulates real software engineering tickets, it scores 62.1, beating GPT 5.5's 58.6. The place where it's genuinely neck and neck with Opus 4.8 is Frontier SWE. That's the long horizon benchmark where the model has to keep working on its own for hours at a time without losing the thread. GLM 5.2 hits 74.4% there. GPT 5.5 is at 72.6, and Opus 4.8 is at 75.1. That's basically a dead heat with Anthropic's best model, from a fully open source model. And on the crowdsourced design arena for front-end and UI work, it actually took the #1 spot with an ELO of 1,360, beating out Claude Fable 5. These numbers are confirmed by Z.ai's official docs and independently tracked on Artificial Analysis and Open Router. This thing is at the top of the open source pile, no contest. Alright, enough talking about it, let's actually use the thing. I'm going to show you 2 ways, the easy way and the power user way. First, the easy way. Just head to chat.z.ai. It's completely free, no install needed. At the top, you can select GLM 5.2, and there's even a thinking mode you can crank up to max for harder problems. Let's throw something at it right now and see what happens. Let me try to create an interactive dashboard that visualizes the planets in our solar system with their relative sizes and orbital speeds. Okay, check this out. And wait for it to respond, as it is currently in the thinking process. Oh yeah, look at this. It laid out all 8 planets in proper orbit around the sun, and I can click on any one of them, say Earth, and it pops open a whole info panel on the side with details. There's a speed slider so I can crank up how fast they're orbiting. I can toggle the orbit lines on and off, toggle planet trails too. And up top it threw in a compare mode I didn't even ask for. Lets you pick 2 planets and stack their stats side by side. That's honestly impressive for one prompt, 0 cost, 0 install, and it nailed this on the first try. No revisions, no fixing anything. That's the easy way for you. Now for the power user way. Z.ai also built their own agent tool called ZCode, basically a coding assistant that can work across your entire project folder, not just answer one question at a time. Head to the ZCode.z.ai and scroll down to the install section. You can grab it from Mac, Windows, or Linux straight from their doc site. Once it's installed, you can authorize the application using your Z.ai account. It will automatically redirect you to the login page. Now you can create a project or go with default. Point it at a task in plain English and let it run on its own. Alright, now let's push it. Same deal. One prompt, no follow-ups. I'll go with a 3D voxel terrain generator with a simple noise-based landscape with rotate and zoom effect. It will take some time to get the results. Here we go. Look at the control panel it built out on its own. Map size, noise scale, height, octaves, roughness, water level, and even a seed number so I can regenerate this exact same terrain later if I want it back. Hit random, hit generate, and it spits out a full voxel landscape. Mountains, rivers, trees, in some milliseconds. I can drag to rotate it, scroll to zoom in, right-click and drag to pan around the whole thing. One prompt. 0 revisions. That's not impressive for a free model. That's just impressive. Alright, a quick note. If you're already living inside Claude Code or another coding agent, you don't have to switch tools. Z.ai lets you swap GLM 5.2 in as the model running behind the scenes by setting up a GLM coding plan subscription. Once configured, you keep your existing Claude Code workflow, and the GLM model runs under the hood automatically. Just drop a comment below if you want me to try that route. So why does any of this matter if you're not a developer? 3 reasons, real quick. 1. Privacy. If you're working with sensitive stuff, your prompts aren't getting routed through someone else's servers if you run this locally. Quick caveat here. If you use Z.ai's hosted cloud API rather than self-hosting the weights, your prompts do route through their servers in China, which operate under Chinese data law. Self-hosting or using a trusted Western provider like OpenRouter is the play if that matters to you. 2. Control. Nobody can quietly restrict your access or jack up the price on you overnight. 3. It's a foundation. Because the weights are fully open, developers everywhere can take this model and build specialized versions for medicine, law, finance, whatever field they're in. That's the whole point of open source. It puts the tech in everyone's hands instead of locking it behind one company's API. So that's GLM 5.2, a fully open MIT licensed model that's punching way above its weight class against some of the biggest names in the game. If you want me to put it through more tests or run it head-to-head against another model, drop it in the comments. Hit subscribe if you want more of these the second new models drop, and I'll catch you in the next one.